What's up, family? It's Kahir the Conqueror here. Abandonment is a heck of a thing. The feeling of being abandoned. That's rough as it is. If you know somebody or you yourself has felt that. But not the focus of this. Self-abandonment is a whole nother beast. Self-abandonment prolonged, I feel like, is like a silent assassin in people's lives and lives of the collective. If you feel like you resonate with where I go with this. Now, obviously, I cannot speak for everybody, nor would I try to, but I would like to say that I think and I feel we actually are built, I think, to be able to deal with the stuff that other people do to us. We're able to handle stuff that comes as a result of somebody else's actions, right? And it doesn't mean that stuff don't hurt or affect us, but I think it's another degree to that feeling when you are the result, your actions and the consequences that they bring upon you. I feel like that's actually much tougher to deal with, and unchecked and suppressed is like a silent assassin, a silent killer eating you up from the inside. Not to sound all doomy and gloomy just in case, but just not sugarcoating the message, basically. See, shame and guilt. One thing, like if you have parents and maybe your parents discipline physically, that hurts, right? But like if your parent is so upset that they're just like, yo, I'm disappointed, that's different because it doesn't physically hurt, but that's like, dang, it was so bad you're not even inflicting that punishment physically, like you're disappointed. And then that guilt and that shame, do you see what I mean? Like that's another level, and you feel it deep down, like maybe I messed up. Maybe I really messed up. That's just the example I want to paint for what I mean by this. So the guilt and the shame over time prolonged from you abandoning yourself. I feel like you got to counter that. Otherwise, like I said, it can eat you up from the inside. There's so many ways I've come to realize, at least for myself, but like I'm not the only person who made mistakes and lives life. We abandon ourselves, us, not what other people do, us, in so many ways. Just some ways that come to mind, like not showing up for yourself is a form of abandoning yourself. Allowing people to treat you any kind of way is a form of abandoning yourself. Being a doormat, a form of abandoning yourself. Putting up with stuff you're not cool with, another form of self-abandonment. Not acting on your good desires and ambitions and aspirations, not chasing your dreams and goals, listening to the doubt and fear more than the victor in you, a form of abandoning yourself. Not loving yourself, a form of abandoning yourself. Because if you don't understand the role that you play in anything that happens in your life, that's a problem. How other people treat you or what you put up with is a reflection of that. It's a reflection of how much you value yourself or how much you don't. How you feel about yourself, what you think you're worthy and deserve. As human beings, we have the potential, as we've been taught, I believe, I see examples in my life and other people's lives. You have the potential to become the master of your reality. YOUR. Not everybody else is, not them and not that. No, you can master and create your own reality. So in a sense, what is reflected is a result of inner dialogue, inner work, inner struggles, etc. So like, I hope that's making sense to kind of tie things together. It's really about choosing yourself, like not abandoning yourself for the sake of something or somebody else. Because if you have to do that, and it's not just to survive, why? You lose more than you gain from suppressing your light, dimming your light, so other people aren't uncomfortable, so other people are comfortable, to appease other people. Choosing yourself and not choosing yourself, there's more to lose when you abandon yourself and when you don't actively choose yourself on a consistent basis. As I mentioned in the beginning, to wrap things together, like that inner shame and inner guilt is so powerful. I'm telling you, that eats people up, because once you get way past things, or like after a prolonged period of time, I just feel like that void gets so much bigger. And it's like you'll be looking back or thinking and just going like, why did I, in the grace for yourself, and we learn. But like, if you're not actively learning and choosing to be better in situations and just going through things over and over and over again and thinking that it is your purpose to be to not choose yourself and to abandon yourself for whatever reason you think, I think that's wrong. Because you'll realize, like, who told me to suffer in silence and abandon myself? And why did I not show up for myself when I needed to? So with that baseline being set, the key is to just, if you learned, then learn and move forward, do differently because you know better. Don't abandon yourself. Like a minute ago, I had a really, really, really beautiful moment with myself, just me. And I told myself, after a period of reflection, bro, I will never abandon you ever again. Think of how powerful that is, because I was really thinking back, and like I said, I see it in other people. I saw a video of somebody talking about shame and guilt they felt from like just the way they went about things, whether it was what they did or what they allowed, reciprocated, etc. That guilt, that shame is powerful. And if you just keep numbing that void gets big. And realizing how powerful it is to know that you don't have to abandon yourself. You can choose you. You can choose yourself. Once you know better, do better. Choose you. Show up for you. Anything that doesn't align with that,